I'm Brianna.
I'm Bridget.
And this is Let Her Cook.
Okay, so after saying no, that means that we get more yeses and more successes. So I think
love that.
now we get to talk about all of our wins and celebrate each other for all of our wins. You see all these memes all the time about like your 12-year-old self would be so proud of you.
I like those.
And like she would.
Yeah.
You know, and like even if like my 22-year-old self could see what I'm doing now for a career, like
She'd be super proud.
She would never know like that was possible to like be doing, I don't know. It's kind of wild to think about. Like also, we're not old enough to be in our careers for 10 years.
I know, I think about that often. I'm like, yeah, I've been doing this for 14 years. I'm like,
we age ourselves
weird.
really quick.
Yeah. Very weird.
What else? I think that like, it's very scary to like jump out of the corporate world, but I also think I was like super, like wins of my career. Like I was technically what's like a job hopper. If you looked at my resume, like
Same.
I job hopped. I took a new job every year and 3 months.
Was not ashamed of it either.
Because a year and 3 months at a startup is like a long time.
Yeah. It's like 5 years, I guess it's like 10 years.
And also like, I don't know, I kind of the majority of my startup career was like, get it to a company, do a rebrand. Like I was that girl, which like they say don't do that. Like
Why?
most companies, like a marketing person comes in and it's like, we need to change
I get what you
everything.
mean. Okay.
But
Yeah.
like we really did at every company that I was at, it really needed to be changed. And that kind of became my thing. And that's kind of where I like found like, oh, I really like this brand stuff. And normally like a brand person is like a designer. I'm not a designer.
Yeah.
I can do it if you give me 10 years to make the website or if a nice template or whatever. Like I know what I like.
Yeah. Did you ever feel weird about being a job hopper?
Yeah, because there's like that negative connotation, but at the same time, to your point, like I'm paying my bills and
Yeah.
I'm making more money by job hopping. And I think too, like that's kind of where I found that magic of starting to post on LinkedIn. Was like in that, like I got to a point where like I wasn't really like applying to jobs, like jobs were finding me and like it wasn't my choice to like, oh, I need to start looking. It was like, oh, this opportunity.
Kind of recruited?
Yeah, it's like I think with LinkedIn, it's like you're putting yourself in a better opportunity position.
It's true.
Like you just have more opportunities if you're
out there
on the platform. Yeah, like yeah. So yes, it feels weird, but at the same time, like I moved from being like a middle management is the worst job. It's so hard. It's so
It is hard.
You're managing so many different emotions, like expectations of your boss and your team, and you can never win and you never have enough information and it's just like impossible. But I moved from that to like director level in like 2 years.
That's
and
incredible.
like, yeah, is a director level at a startup the same as a director level at a big corporate? No, but I was leading teams quickly.
Still impressive, yeah.
Yeah, and I think like that's a win in and of itself. It's just like I moved quickly and like I did that through something that was unconventional. Like
Yeah.
people say job hopping is bad, but like is it?
You're
I feel
asking
like
the wrong
it's-
person. I don't think it's bad at all. I guess you're asking the right person.
You have kind of a similar experience.
Yeah, I job hopped from the moment I graduated. But for me, it was intentional too. Like
To different industries or like what?
different industries because I wanted to learn as much as possible because I didn't study marketing. And also I was always choosing generalist roles
Yeah.
with like different emphases.
Okay.
Emphases so that I could just keep learning.
What is it?
Emphases? Emphases.
Emphasize. Starting your own business seems like the logical response, but we've talked about that a lot.
I'm proud of sticking with it.
Yeah, like I don't know that I would ever completely shut it down. I think even if I went like full time into another company, I'm open to that. It's more like I always want to have like a side thing happening. Like
I mean, unfortunately,
We have to.
I feel like it's just safer to.
Listen.
Even if you never take it full time, you don't. Have
I'm
to stick
expensive, okay?
That too.
I'm
a bougie girl.
and it's honestly so nice to have multiple like revenue things happening. Like I have I'm diversified.
Yeah.
You know, that feels very adult.
I'm proud of myself. Like, I think a big success story is, I know I said like, you know, keeping the business going, but also when I was in-house, like sticking with it, even when I was job hopping, or like when I was struggling with a manager, or like
Yeah.
struggling to manage up.
Yeah, just
or
like
whatever the
putting
case
your
may
head
be.
down.
Yeah, like I knew what my goals were. I knew what my objectives were. I wanted to learn. I wanted to grow. I wanted to make more money. Like make sure I was always trending upwards. Regardless of your situation, it can just be tiring sometimes.
Yes, definitely.
You know, and I think especially after COVID, when the job market was kind of bad and tech was kind of scary to work in.
I feel like the job market now is like horrible.
Yeah, it's so bad. But I think that, so it takes a lot of courage to keep going at it.
Yeah.
And to keep applying yourself and like going for it. So I'm really proud of that.
I think that this is like something everybody, most people in tech at least, and like I keep saying that, and I know that like corporate is very different, but layoffs are happening in corporate right now too. Like it's not just a tech thing. I have been laid off, and like that is like such a horrible experience because the first thing that you think is like it's your fault.
Yeah.
Even though
I always
that
thought
literally makes no sense. Like we
Yeah.
are lines on a spreadsheet at the end of the day. And like I think that layoffs can be a really hard time for people in their careers of like a confidence thing. And I never thought that like I would be in a better place after being laid off. Even like a year after being laid off, I was in a better place. And like that surprised the shit out of me because I was like, there's no way. Like this is gonna set me back. And it didn't. And like most of my friends that have been laid off, like it never set them back. They only just got better opportunities because of it. And I think that that really surprised me. And also like most people go through a layoff and like it's horrible. So like how do we help each other through it too? Because it's really hard.
How many times have you been laid off?
I've been laid off once, but I've had my salary cut pretty significantly, and that was almost worse.
Yeah, that sucks.
I'm like, I don't wish that you had laid me off, but I do so that I could do something else with my time.
Yeah. No, getting laid off is hard. It's happened to me twice, and both times it felt like my fault.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I guess why wouldn't you think it was your fault?
Yeah.
Not saying that it is. I'm saying like, I think after just the expectations that you put on yourself, it makes sense. But you're right. Like every time I was laid off, it sucked and I was devastated and I thought I would never recover, like financially or emotionally or mentally. A year later, things were in a much better position and it freed me up to do better things.
Yeah. Yep.
But it's hard. You have to get through the,
Yeah, just the initial
part.
shock. And like it really does, like I have trauma because like workplace trauma is real. Like, but also like it gave me this superpower of being able to like spidey senses almost of like, I know when something's not right at a company.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when what they're saying doesn't match what's happening or like whatever.
You can just read between the lines a lot better.
Better interview questions, better like, I've never interviewed now and not been like, what's your runway? How many layoffs have you done? Like just been so straight up and like unapologetic about like me asking because it just means that I've been there and I just like also really want to know what's happening with the company.
Yeah, and you want to avoid that again if possible.
Yeah. So all that's like at companies, but like with your business, how do you feel like, you separated from your business partner?
Yeah.
How was that? Hard.
It was hard. So I don't know how much you know. Like, started the company in October 2023, separated by April 2024. It was hard, but to be honest, what was harder was like the decisions leading up to finally separating. Like you have to it was not expected. Like when you start a company with somebody, I don't think most people are expecting to like separate ever, much less half a year in. It was interesting because like I was scared when I had first launched the business. I knew I'd wanted to launch an agency, and I was very scared to do it on my own. I was like really scared of failing on my own.
That's such a normal like reaction to be like, okay, who can I? Yeah.
Like who can I? Okay, like this person seems good.
Yeah, like I want help.
Complementary skill sets, whatever. And so then fast forward, I think I asked her in like August of 2023. So like fast forward 8 months, and I'm right back where I started in the sense that okay, now I am doing it on my own. That I would say was the hardest part. Separation was like, whatever. But like, all of that. But actually deciding, okay, no, I'm going to keep verbatim and I'm going to continue growing it, and I'm going to make it my own and like do what I wanted to do from the beginning. I'm glad I did.
That's
I only
that's
ever-
so validating. To be
Yeah?
like, I did this.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And I think there was only ever a small part of me that was like, maybe I shouldn't. Like, maybe I should shut it down. But there's no way. I mean, what would I have done instead? I hadn't even given it like a full chance yet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so I'm proud of myself for sticking with it. And I'm proud of myself for like not giving up when we were going through the separation portion. And there's just something about owning something of your own and being able to build it, you know, like building it the way you want. It's really powerful, but you have to give yourself the space and the time to actually like figure it out.
Yeah.
So it was definitely unexpected.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I like pushed forward. And I think the company's in a really, really great place now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like similarly, like right around that October time, we talked about like unexpected of like, we both were like more bigger marketing firms and now we're like very niche.
Yeah.
That's an unexpected thing that I was like, I don't know, I'm scared.
That's a good point.
I'm really scared. And like, you wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't just you. But yeah, like niching down is kind of like, that's such a powerful thing that like, it's hard to niche down as two people, you know, like how do you do that?
Yeah. Do you ever wish you'd had a partner?
I think that I almost did it reverse. I went a full year by myself. I think this is a partnership, right? Like, I'm also just like very particular about, I can be a control freak. I know that about myself.
Me too.
And like, I really try to not be that way because it's just ugly. And like, there's a healthy level of that. It's very easy to fly off the handle. But like, I'm just very picky about who I work with because like, I expect myself to be at a standard because that's my work. That's my reputation. That's all these things. And like, I think you understand that, like what reputation means and like means to you. It's like such a personal thing that like, I'm just very picky about who I work with. And so I have these two partners now in this like separate business venture, kind of similar to what I do by myself, but just with people, but it's also with people that I've worked with for years.
Yeah.
So like that helped me like be okay, like with partnership because I'm like, we're all responsible. Like it's a collective. There's no hierarchy. There's like nothing. Like Devin and Hibba both like run it as much as I do. And like, that's actually really nice for me to not be in the driver's seat all the time. Just sometimes, just on my own stuff. But like, I don't know, sometimes I need a break. And like, they're covering while we're doing this.
Dare I say you need to rest.
There you go.
Okay, you've alluded to this, like when you talked about winging it and being in the driver's seat, like all of this stuff. I think, honestly, if I'm being honest, I admire you for this a lot. I think you're really good at staying or like becoming the main character of your own story. I think I struggle with this.
Yeah.
So what does that actually mean?
Yeah. It's
Like, what does it look like?
it's difficult because I feel like I almost struggle on like being too main character. Like I feel like
Really?
sometimes I'm like main character in other people's stories and I'm like, that's not good. So I'm like working on that part. But I think like as far as like doing my own thing, I feel like and also just having a job, like it's been good because I set my own expectations for myself and like what success looks like is like how I own my story. You know what I mean? Like, what else are you doing it for? If you're not like figuring out what success means to you versus who else is it for? You know?
Yeah.
And like, I think about back to that like 12-year-old Bridget, like what would she do in this situation? And like, what's her story? Because like, I genuinely feel like that's my most like truest self is like me out on a softball field or a basketball court or like whatever, just like having fun.
Yeah.
And so I think that for me, whatever I can do in my career to like have fun is like the best version of myself. And I think that that's me like owning my piece of it, you know?
What does that mean? Like, okay.
What does that mean?
Yeah,
I don't
like
know.
owning your story. Like, what does that mean to you?
I think
Like,
it's
just
like
being
not worrying
comfortable
about
and-
other people, what other people think
Yeah.
about my story. Like, I think to your point about build in public, usually that's for other people to see what you're doing. And so you have to pull really hard.
I think the way, I know, yeah. I taught you.
You're
how to
true.
open
You're right.
the microwave. Oh Oh my God, there's queso in here. Did we leave this? I totally forgot about that.
Did we turn it on?
I don't know.
Oh, it's warm, but
But the microwave's warm.
True.
Yeah, because I think like building in public in theory is really great because it's a good way to show what you're working on and all of that. We talked about this earlier.
Right, but it's really difficult between, is that you owning your story, or is that you like peacocking your story for other people? You know what I mean? Like, there's a fine line there.
There's a fine line.
I don't know. I feel like owning my story is like, what do I want to do? Like, I'm less concerned about what everybody thinks about what I'm doing because I'm the one doing the work for my client. And I'm the one doing the work that my manager sees. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
well, it makes you think about, you told me at dinner one time about you studied engineering for like the first 2 years.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me.
yeah,
Because that's just not you.
no. And that's, I think I had that moment of like, who am I? Like,
Yeah.
I looked around in those classes and like, while I was good at the work, I was like, I don't want these people and this to be my career. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want this to be my coworkers. It was not collaborative. Everybody was so cutthroat and just like wanted to be the smartest person in the room. And like, I think that's cool, but it just wasn't for me. And I think that was the first moment in my life that I like moved away from what my parents wanted me to do.
Yeah.
You know, and also like, what do I want? And like, to your earlier point too, like, I maybe want to have multiple careers. Like, I want to do multiple things. And so like, how do I set myself up to make that possible? You know?
How do you? Like, are you setting yourself up for that now?
Money.
Money will do it.
Money helps. But I think too, it's just about like being open to different things and like, you know, what do I want to work on? Like, I think I always say this, but like marketing is like a cheat code because I can work in so many different industries.
Yeah.
I can like open a completely a business that's not sitting in front of a computer, and like I would know how to market it. Like Rachel was talking about like an ice cream shop. I'm like, I would love to do something that's like in the community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think like, I don't know that I'm setting myself up for a second career yet, but like I'm not at the same time, you know?
No, I think that makes sense. And like I said, I admire you a lot for it. I think it's something that you're really gifted at. Yeah, how did you say it? Like, sometimes you're the main character of other people's stories?
Yeah, that's bad. Because I'm only thinking about it from my perspective, where I should really be thinking about it from everybody else's perspective.
Oh, like you put
too.
yourself as the main character. They don't put you as the main character of their story.
Yeah. Where like I'm doing
Okay.
it and I'm like, wait, I need to like stop and think about like what's their story in this too. It's not just me. Because again, I think like where I said before, like I'm single, I don't have to think about anybody else. Like that can come back to bite you too.
Yeah. Okay, but you sometimes feel imposter syndrome. Mm-hmm. You feel like the main character of your own story. Do you ever have to like hype yourself up?
Yeah, it's called Destiny's Child, Destiny Fulfilled.
Oh, specific. Any specific song?
No, all of them. What about you? What is like owning your story outside of hyping yourself up?
For me, it's understanding and embracing the fact that my story will change, my path will change.
Yes.
I've never felt
Like, yes.
okay, like super honest moment. I've never felt like marketing is always going to be my thing. Mm-hmm. I love to learn. I love new challenges. Marketing is fun for me. I love storytelling and all of that. But like my connection is not to the field of marketing.
Right.
So
Right.
I love being creative, but I also really want to tap into other parts of my brain. Mm-hmm. So I don't believe that I will be in marketing forever.
Yeah.
And I have to be okay with that
Yeah.
if I want to continue building the life that I want to build.
Yeah.
And I think recognizing too that I don't, like you said, I don't need to get like validation from my parents or from, I mean, I want my partner to support me, so I think that's different, but like
Well,
my parents.
he does, and I think he will in whatever you decide to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is
I think that's very
supportive.
special.
He
yeah.
is very supportive. But yeah, like outside of people whose opinions I kind of need, like
Yeah.
just understanding that I can validate myself and then letting myself kind of take that next step, whatever it is. And being scared to do it at the same time. You don't have to not be scared, but
Right.
I still have to do it.
I'm proud of you for that. I think that is like another career step.
Thank you.
It's like, what's next, you know? I don't know what's next. It wasn't a question, but I just mean like keeping yourself open to that is like really important.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think I was always scared of that when I was younger. Like, you have to pick one career or one job.
Well, that's how it was.
And then
because
you
it's
go
your
up
identity.
to CMO.
Yeah.
You make your way to CMO, then you're good. That's it. You accomplish what you wanted to accomplish.
Yeah.
And then you just retire.
Retire.
But I don't really want to retire. I always want to be doing
Okay,
something.
that's where you and I really have something.
Well, I think I define retirement differently.
Okay, tell me more about that.
Well, you're not going to catch me in corporate. But you will catch me like working with my hands.
Yeah, like
on
I
a
would. Yeah.
beach, You know?
Yeah.
Like I don't want
In
to
my
stop
retirement,
working.
I will be flying those little airplanes or something.
How close are you to having your license, your pilot?
I need another like 15 hours, which is almost
A
all
lot
of
of
it.
hours. You're doing
I've done like
amazing.
3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's fun. It's nice to not be sitting in front of a computer. I think for me, like that's the biggest thing that I see. And I think honestly, our entire generation is going to be like that. Where like you see the shift back away from the technology. Like I cannot sit in front of a computer for more than 10 more years. Like I just can't do it.
Yeah. No, I feel that. What else do you do to hype yourself up?
Be around my friends and my family. I think that that's important. I still play a lot of sports in the summer.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, just to like, because that's just, again, that's where I'm the most happy. So like,
Do you play softball still?
yeah, I'm very good at like hyping myself up all like in little ways because like, I hate to keep going back to like, I live alone, I'm like on my own. And like, yes, I have friends and family and all that stuff. But like, if I'm not celebrating myself, then like I expect other people to do it. And that's like a place that I don't want to be in. So like,
Yeah.
I like nice things. A first year gift to myself in business. I bought a nice Gucci bag and it was great.
It's
and I
beautiful.
love that.
It's
and
a
like
beautiful bag.
something I'll have forever, you know, and like
Yeah.
those are the things, and nice dinners and champagne at lunch. Like, I don't know. It's so silly, but like experiences with the people that I love, like hype me up. It like fills my cup. I don't know if hype me up is like the best.
I think fills
My cup more. Yeah.
Okay, but I will say, like, kind of a sidebar, because I know you mentioned, you said this a lot, like you brought up living alone. I do think that's important to remember, like, yes, I have a partner. Yes, I'm getting married. I still have to fill my own cup.
Correct. And that's
you know?
not a
And
negative thing that
No,
you're
but
getting
I think
any of those things.
But I think that's what I'm saying. I think it's a good thing. Like, we have to learn, I think especially as entrepreneurs who aren't surrounded by teams,
Yes.
but also even to your point earlier about like talking to your manager about needing validation or reassurance.
Yeah.
Like we have to be able to ask for the reassurance and validation that we need, but also be able to advocate for ourselves and like give ourselves that reassurance. Like, you
Yeah,
have
and
to be
like
able to
no
hype
one is
yourself up.
enough. Like no one like
Yeah.
when you're doing enough and just being like, this is good. You know?
Yeah. But no, I completely agree. And I think it's an important point that you're calling out. And I think it's really cool that you do hype yourself up and that you do find ways to celebrate.
It's very important to celebrate yourself. I don't think enough people I think people think it's selfish or like,
Like you have to move to the next goalpost. Like you said.
I'm not being selfish by buying myself nice things. I want nice
Or by
things. I'm
taking a
gonna
day
buy it
off.
on myself. Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Do you have like a dream way that you'll celebrate?
Me, Devin, and Hiba said that a year into CLP, we will take ourselves to Alinea, which is like
Oh my God.
a Michelin star restaurant here that's like $1 bajillion.
That's
But
really cool.
it's important to have goals and to like
Yeah.
achieve things and then be like, okay, we did it. Like, I'm very good at like treating myself all the time.
Yeah.
Instead of like setting a goal and being like, now you can have it, because I could have it all the time.
Yeah.
So it's a slippery slope. But I do feel like it's like goal setting is important too. And like we set a dream board for this show.
We did.
It's important to have fun. I think like for me, like I know I'm doing well if I'm having fun.
Oh,
It's true.
That.
I think like I said earlier, like I'm so over the idea that work has to be hard. It doesn't have to be hard.
I don't think celebrating yourself has to be hard either.
Yeah, it can just be little things like the little coffee or like whatever. Like the best TikTok thing that ever came like was just like the sweet treats.
You know what else though? I think yes, like being the main character is about celebrating yourself. It's also about advocating for yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's something I struggled with a lot. Earlier in my career, like I didn't know how to stand up for myself, or I didn't want to stand up for myself.
Yeah.
But like you can be the main character like the lead of your own story by reminding yourself that you have permission to set boundaries, like say no, say yes.
Right. Be the quiet one still too, right? Like there's so
That's
many,
true.
like the main character, I have been loud my entire life. And like, it's easy for me to step into the main character role. But like, I'm learning now the opposite where like, I need to be quieter and still like pull things away from that. And like, I'm still the same person. I'm still the
Why
main
do you
character.
think you have to be quieter?
I just mean like there's a lot that I could learn by being quieter instead of always having to be the person with the ideas, you know?
You do learn a lot when you just listen.
It doesn't mean that I'm like dimming myself or like stepping out of like my own energy and my own light. It's more just like I need to learn a new energy as well to like add to my like bag of tricks.
Yeah.
My arsenal.
Like know when to be quiet and when to listen and when to like
yeah, but I feel like
step up and lead.
to your point, like it can come off as like dimming a light, and I don't want it to feel like that. So
Does it ever feel like that?
I'm just trying to be intentional about it.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever feel like you dim your light for things? Or like, how do you combat that?
Okay, I think I do sometimes, and what's weird is like I already am kind of quiet.
Yeah.
I get louder like in certain situations, but overall, I think I'm a pretty chill, like baseline quiet person. And so dimming my light looks a little different because like some people it's already kind of dim. You know what I mean? Like I'm already
Sure.
kind of quieter.
Sure.
But for me, it feels kind of counterintuitive, but it's like, it feels like dimming my light when I try and make myself into something I'm not, like talk more than I want to or need to, be more like boisterous or loud.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like it
Yeah,
feels
yeah.
counterintuitive, but
But that's also maybe not your light.
it's not my light.
Right.
My light is listening and observing
Right.
and like speaking when I,
Right.
I just like deeper, like meaningful, less frequent conversations. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Note to self: don't voice note Brianna every day. It's fine.
No, I love voice notes. Voice note me every day.
Okay. Fair.
Just giving myself the space to just continue being who I am.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
when it doesn't feel super comfortable.
Yeah.
And being okay, like not just being okay with that, but like being happy with that.
Correct.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but also like it's more about you than it is about anybody else.
Who pays my bills?